Emotional Intelligence, a two-part training series, is a training program designed to provide employees with an overview of emotional intelligence, or EI, and how its application can help to create a culture in the workplace that is more efficient and provides more opportunities to openly share ideas that increase the performance of employees. These two self-paced modules provide up-to-date information, probing questions, videos, podcasts, quizzes, slides, and more to raise your comprehension of the benefits of emotional intelligence and help you transfer skills learned into the workplace. In Module 1, the objectives are for you to learn how to identify emotional intelligence EI and its 5 attributes, identify EI's impact in the workplace, describe methods to reduce stress in the moment, and identify how to diffuse situations. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence, or EI, can be defined as the ability to perceive, identify, use, understand, control, evaluate, and manage emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. During this training program, there will be a review of what emotional intelligence is, its application and implications in the workplace, and how you can develop and raise your personal EI to benefit yourself and those with whom you interact. You will explore the importance of EI and the impact it has on your physical and mental health, your performance in the workplace, and how it affects your relationships with others. There will also be a discussion of the main attributes of EI, beginning with self and social awareness, self-regulation, self-motivation, empathy, and effective relations. Once you understand what EI is and its great importance in our lives, you will be examining the steps that can be taken to improve your emotional intelligence, which impact your decision-making abilities. You will accomplish this by learning how to develop key skills that can be used to control and manage periods of great stress, and by becoming an effective communicator and better manager. You will also be able to consider some tips for reducing stress, gaining control of your emotions, listening and observing those around you, and some of the best ways to diffuse and resolve conflicts. The benefits of emotional intelligence includes improving your physical health, maintaining good mental health, improving work performance, and maintaining relationships. For physical health, a great many studies indicate that there is a direct connection between our emotional well-being and our physical health in general. Many people are not able to manage their stress levels, which can lead to numerous health-related issues. Many of us know that stress can lead to heart attack and stroke, but it can also affect the immune system, the reproductive system, and increase the aging process. It also has effects on our blood pressure, is an underlying cause of obesity and diabetes, elevates our heart rate, and releases hormones into our systems. Stress can gradually build and become chronic, thereby acting as a multiplier of already existing medical issues. Most physicians recommend dealing with stress by locating the cause, finding ways to mitigate it, recognizing stressors, stepping back from them, learning to relax, and finding someone to talk things over with. Countless studies have shown that stress can also have a profound effect on our mental health as well. Unchecked stress can be responsible for mood swings, depression, anger, frustration, fear, anxiety, feelings of isolation, and despair. Individuals suffering from stress may start to behave in ways out of the norm for them. They could become reclusive, withdrawn, have poor sleep habits, and become increasingly irritable, aggressive, and argumentative. It can also diminish your ability to establish and nurture relationships. Beyond your mental and physical health, EI can have a great impact on your work performance. Emotional intelligence provides you with the ability to motivate and lead those that follow you, to handle differing and often difficult personalities, and deal with the myriad of emotional and stressful issues that are faced on a daily basis in the workplace. With EI, you learn to control yourself, difficult situations, and the people involved in them. Developing sound relationships is vital for good mental health, as it gives us a sounding board, someone to share our feelings and emotions with and relieve our stress levels by talking things out. Isolation with stress can lead to depression that can cause severe repercussions to our mental well-being. Attributes of emotional intelligence: self and social awareness. Emotional intelligence allows us to be more aware of ourselves and the situations around us, especially those with whom we are directly involved. We need to be aware of who we are, what our capabilities and responsibilities are, and how our actions affect those around us. It gives us insight into what people are trying to say, what their needs are, and how we can best meet those needs as well as satisfy our own needs. When communicating with someone, you need to take into account their feelings, needs, concerns, and especially their emotions. They are acting as they are for a very good reason. You also need to be aware of the inner workings of your organization, the office politics, and how those workings may influence the members of the organization. Emotional intelligence not only allows us to better interact with the members of our organization, but with our customers and clients as well. We can improve our social awareness by learning to listen and by paying close attention to what people are saying and how they're acting. Try to understand people's moods and their emotions. As you listen and formulate a response, think before you speak. Are you saying the right thing? Self-regulation. Having emotional intelligence is also about self-regulation. Self-regulation relates to how you control your emotions, especially when confronted with someone who is not controlling theirs. Keeping a cool head when others are losing theirs is an important aspect of self-regulation. Having control allows you to control the situation and coolly find options and alternatives that will satisfy everyone. It can also require patience and practice to learn to control your emotions and regulate the amount of energy you display to those around you. Many situations that require immediate action call for cool, collective, and responsible decisions, something that cannot be made when one's emotions are clouding their decisions. Self-motivation. Your desire to achieve your goals, to persevere against the odds, comes from your intrinsic motivation. Your emotional intelligence is a large part of that motivation for success. Studies indicate that emotionally intelligent people are driven, highly productive, and effective in getting people to do what needs doing. Having EI allows you to more easily overcome barriers to success by finding creative measures to solve issues. By developing it to its fullest potential, you expand your curiosity, your desire to learn new ways of doing things, and with a higher level of energy. Empathy. Empathy is perhaps one of the most important attributes of emotional intelligence. It is the ability to empathize with the views of others. We often hear the term, "don't judge a person until you walk a mile in their shoes." Many people are fighting some kind of internal battle, and a person with good emotional intelligence can empathize with others, display interest and sympathy as necessary. In so doing, you will be better able to retain their talents, understand their positions and concerns, and work out issues. Those with EI have learned to be patient, put aside judgmental behavior, and focus on the individuals with whom they are interacting. Effective relations. Much of the work that is done today is with team or group effort. To work effectively, good relationships need to be built, nurtured, and well maintained. Those with EI have the ability to form the relationships that benefit an organization. Those relationships will be built on trust, understanding, cooperation, and respect for perspectives of others. Managers with EI will be able to utilize their abilities to overcome conflict, egos, difficult personalities, and differing opinions to reach resolutions for the issues with which an organization is faced. Reducing stress in the moment. It's important to learn to identify when you are stressed. Learning to do this starts with your understanding of how you feel when you are stressed. Whether that is a pounding heart, tightened muscles, clenched fists, shallow breathing, or some other way your body responds to stress. Learning to identify that will help you know it is happening. Once you know this, learn to relieve your stress by doing some stress relieving activities. These could be some deep breathing, some vision of a quiet, peaceful scene, or listening to or thinking about your favorite song. Or, if you freeze up under stress, you may want to do something that will energize you. The idea here is to quickly relieve the stress so that you can look at the situation through clear eyes, with a clear head, and not respond emotionally to the situation. In this way, you manage the situation versus the situation managing you. You are able to see and hear the situation clearly and communicate clearly rather than in an emotional manner. By quickly reducing your own stress, you are able to focus and stay in control of the situation. Learning to diffuse the situation. By learning to resolve conflict and diffuse the situation, you are using your emotional intelligence skills to create a safer environment. You are able to diffuse the situation by choosing to reduce the stress level and then allowing yourself to be in control of the situation. By dealing with conflict in a way that allows you to view the situation clearly and move away from the emotionally charged situation, you can reduce the potential for the conflict to escalate. You may ask yourself questions such as, is this worth arguing about? Or, will my arguing change the situation or add more fuel to the argument? Or even, can we agree to disagree? Here, the point is to diffuse rather than threaten or try to punish someone for disagreeing. With your emotions under control, you are able to disengage yourself from the heat of the argument and rationally view it and take control of your input, thus being able to diffuse it. Your ability to manage disagreements in a positive manner will allow others to see you as calm, cool, and in control in tense situations, thus seeing you as a positive influence in the workplace. Steps to reduce stress in the moment include learning to identify when you are stressed, identify your physical reactions, take steps to modify those reactions, and be in control of your emotions so you can handle the situation. Look and listen. Learning and assessment activities. Click on the following links to learn more about how to develop your own emotional intelligence IQ, and then view some of the videos that are available at the sites. Visit Emotional Intelligence, Developing Strong People Skills, Emotional Intelligence and Leadership, Learning How to Be More Aware, Key Skills for Raising Emotional Intelligence, Emotional Intelligence in the Workplace, and Emotional Intelligence Toolkit, 5-step program for managing overwhelming stress and emotions. Look and listen. Click on the links below to read about the different areas in which to use EI. What is emotional intelligence? There are a variety of other readings, videos, and toolkits available at www.mindtools.com. Just click on the link below. You may want to listen to Daniel Goleman, a renowned author in the area of emotional intelligence, reading from his book, Emotional Intelligence, in this free audio book. Self-reflection activity. Knowing what you have just learned about emotional intelligence, identify one time in your past, either at work or at home, when you have not used EI well. Can you identify what you could have done differently to be more successful in this instance? Next, identify one time when you, either at work or at home, put EI into play well. What did you do differently to help you be more successful in this instance? How can you bolster that ability even more and build on your success? Takeaway activity. Please review the objectives for Module 1 and any sections that you are not sure about, and then take the 5-question quiz at the end of this module. At the close of this module, you will achieve the following objectives. Identify emotional intelligence and its 5 attributes. Identify EI's impact in the workplace. Describe methods to reduce stress in the moment. And identify how to diffuse situations. Work transfer activity. Please identify one change in your behavior that you will make once you return to the workplace based on the information or skills learned in Module 1.